Hello, second grade Smarties, and welcome to iReady Lesson 12, video number 4. Today we are on pages 110 and 111 in our instruction book. So we are going to go ahead and dive right into comparing 3-digit numbers. All right, it says study the model below, then solve problems 13 through 15. So the first problem that we see is an example problem. It says Yen packs 250 oranges in a box. Gia packs 25 bags of oranges. She puts 10 oranges in each bag. Who packs more oranges? It's a word problem, so what are we going to do? We're going to read it again. All right. Yen packs 250 oranges in a box. Gina packs 25 bags of oranges. She puts 10 oranges in each bag. Who packs more oranges? So we know that Yen packs 250 oranges in a box. So Yen, here's Yen's. Yen packed 250. So 200s, 5 10s, and 0 1s. Gia packs 25 bags, but in each bag, there are 10 oranges. So 25 bags with 10 each. So that would be 25 groups of 10. So looking at this problem, we know that Yen had 200s, 5 10s, and 0 1s. Gia had 25 groups of 10. 25 groups of 10 would be 25 tens. Remember when we talked about how hundreds have 10 groups of 10? So Gia would have 10 groups of 10 to make 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 5 more. So Gia had 25 bags of oranges. Each bag had 10 oranges. Looking at our tens, how many hundreds did we have? In 25 tens, we have 200s, and 5 tens. Do we have any ones left over? No. So who packed more oranges? Gia or Yen? 250 oranges in bags, 250 oranges in a box. They each packed 250 oranges. Neither person packed more than the other. So we would say Yen packed the same as Gia. All right, so it's really important that when we have word problems that we look at it super close, because what we could have done is we could have just said, okay, there's 25 oranges. But no, we had to look at how many were in each bag. All right, let's go on to number 13. It says, which two players have the greatest scores? Write the number of hundreds and tens in the table. So we have a chart that has the name of our players, the score that they received, and then we are going to put the scores into hundreds and tens. We are not going to be using the ones place. So we are just focusing on the hundreds and tens. So looking at Eden's score, she had a score of 92. And the number 92, how many hundreds are there? There are 0 hundreds. And how many tens? 9 tens. So Rita had a score of 233. And 233, how many hundreds are there? There are 2 hundreds and how many tens? 3 tens. Remember, we are not doing our ones. We are just comparing our hundreds and tens. Paul had a score of 213. Paul had how many hundreds? 2 hundreds and how many tens? 110. Chen had a score of 236. How many hundreds in 236? 2 hundreds. And how many tens? 3 tens. Who had the greatest scores? Which two players had the same hundreds and tens? Go ahead and write your answer. You are writing the names of the players. So look at which two players had the same number of hundreds and tens. So looking at our players, Sarita, Paul, and Chen had the same number, had the same digit in the hundreds place. But in the tens place, Sarita had 3 tens and Chen had 3 tens. So Sarita and Chen, they both had the greatest scores. All right, let's move to 14. It said Bella biked 122 miles. Ariel biked 126. Who biked fewer miles? So remember, fewer means less. So we need to compare Bella's miles to Ariel's miles. So I am going to draw a hundreds, tens, and ones chart. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to divide it. So I'm going to write Bella. I'm going to make a B for Bella and an A for Ariel. Go ahead and pause the video and make your hundreds, tens, and one chart. All right. So Bella biked 122 miles. In 122, how many hundreds are there? We have 100. We have 2 tens and 2 ones. Ariel biked 126. She biked 100, 2 tens, and 6 ones. Who biked fewer miles? So we're not looking for the person that biked the greater number of miles. We are looking for the person who biked fewer. So which number was less than? So looking at the hundreds, they have the same value in the hundreds, the same value in the tens. In the ones is where we find the difference of the values. This is where we compare. Which number is the lesser number? 6 ones or 2 ones? 2 is less than 6. So who biked fewer miles, Bella or Ariel? Bella. So we will write Bella's name. Bella biked fewer miles than Ariel. All right, and our last problem, it says Jill and Iman each write a 3-digit number. Jill's number is 305. Iman's number is 3 hundreds, 5 tens. Which number sentence compares their number correctly? So in our example, it gave us Jill's number. Jill's number was 305. So I'm going to draw a hundreds, tens, and ones chart just so I can make sure I've got the correct numbers. Okay, so Jill, I'm going to write a J for Jill. She had 3 hundreds, 0 tens, and 5 ones. 305. Iman, it gives us the value of the digits. So we had 3 hundreds, so 3 in the hundreds place, and 5 tens. 5 tens, and it does not give us 1, so 0 ones. So looking at our numbers, who had the greater number, Jill or Iman? Iman had the greater number. So let's look at our number sentences to see who had the correct number sentence. So A says 305 is less than 305. Would that be correct? No, because our two numbers we are comparing is 305 and 350. Also, remember, we have the less than, the greater than, and the equal sign. What symbol would need to go there? The equal sign. The next one says 305 is equal to 305. That number sentence is correct, but was Iman's number 305? No. So we are not going to circle that one. Letter C says 350 is greater than 305. Remember, Allie's mouth always opens to the bigger number. So is 350 greater than 305? Yes, because we checked to make sure that we solved Iman's number correctly. We know that Iman had 350, and we also know that 350 is greater than 305. And D says that 350 is less than 305. Why would that be incorrect? It's incorrect because Allie's mouth always wants to open to the bigger number. 305 is less than 350. It said Dan chose B as the answer. This answer is wrong. How did Dan get his answer? So Dan said that 305 was the same as 305. We know that Iman's number was 350. What did Dan think Iman's number was? He thought Iman's number was 305. So Dan thought Iman's number was 305. So what might have happened was that Dan thought that it was 300s and 5 ones. He didn't look at it closely. It's always important that we check our work and check how we solved a problem. All right, Smarties, that is it for lesson 12. Don't forget, when you are comparing numbers, you always start with the greatest place value. So we started with comparing in the hundreds place, then the tens place, and finally the ones if our hundreds and tens were the same. All right, Smarties, as always, keep that growth mindset. Good learners do hard things, and I will see you with another lesson soon. Happy learning.